Hello and welcome to Nick V Uncensored. Today we've got Melissa Redpill, and today we're going to be talking about the end game, Iran and Greenland. Melissa, thank you so much for joining me. How are you and what have you been up to?
Hey, I'm so glad to see you all. It's so great. I have my voice back a lot, so I'm really happy to be able to actually have a conversation without hacking. Yeah, so I'm doing great. I'm really happy to share some of these really great things. President Trump has been posting some things that I think you guys will really enjoy seeing. And also, I want to connect some dots that maybe it's so easy to get sidetracked with the media, and I want to connect some dots with what's going on with Greenland and with Iran. So you ready? Let's do it. Ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Okay, I'm trying to click this button, and here we go. All right, so here is one of the things I wanted you to see. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So President Trump has the White House post. This is not from his actual channel. This is from the White House channel. Okay. But what I want you to hear is, okay, I'm going to tell you so you can listen to it and understand what he's saying. Okay. It was about the game last night. It was between the Hoosiers and the Hurricanes. And so it looked like it was the clip that he had was about, about that, but it wasn't. It was not, in my opinion, it was not about the football game. I think it's about us. I think it's about what we are doing. It said, after all the miles we've traveled, we're almost there. After all the hours we have worked, one more hour will make us legends. This is our time.
Right. And who posted this?
This is from the White House. This is an actual White House post. So I just think that this is very encouraging for us because, if you remember on the last video that I did with you two weeks ago, I was talking about the pinned post on my Melissa Redpill X account, and that I had seen that there was an angel standing in the sun. Remember we talked about that? And I'm like, okay, something big is likely going to happen on Christmas Day. I said, Venus is in the sun, and this is kind of unusual. I said, wonder if something big is going to happen on Christmas Day. And it surely did, because that was the day that silver went so high that the banks had to actually go to the Fed to get solvent. They were out of cash. And so, because they just couldn't reach the margin call, which is where they have to pay the difference between what they have the silver on their books, which was probably $30, whatever. And then what it was at that time was, I think maybe 80, whatever it was on Christmas Day. Anyway, they were out of cash. So I said, that is really interesting. And then on course, the New Year's Eve, President Trump has Melania come out in this stunning silver dress, and they're playing Hi Ho Silver, which is really super cool. And I said, if this is the go time, if this is the end game, then according to Daniel chapter 12, then it talks about this 1335 days. I go into more detail in the other video, but anyway, that would lead us to Purim, which is March 3rd. Okay, but it's just a summary of what we talked about. And so, when he talks about just 1 hour more in this video, it's like we're really close. And he keeps saying that. He's on several videos. He's talked about that we're really close. So I want you to hear this one. And so take that in. And I just want you guys to be encouraged that this is, from what he's putting out there, it sounds like we're really close. Check it out.
It's all led to this. 60-minute drive or a 60-minute game. After all the miles we've traveled, we're almost there. After all the hours we've worked, one more can make us legends. After all that time, this is our time.
I love that. I just think that
it all led to this.
Oh, sorry. I think that's a great video that they put out. But it's not just about, I love, football's great. I have fun watching football. That's fine. But what's the bigger game? The bigger end game is what we're doing right here. Mm-hmm. What everybody here has been doing for years. How many years have you been in this game, Nicholas?
6 now. 6. Well, yeah. Podcasting 6, but I've been really awake of the system for 25 years.
Right. And it's been a long, hard slog, right? And everybody in here, on my channel and on your channel, we're all fighting hard. We're posting and trying to share this information everywhere we possibly can. And it's not so different from preparing for this football game. And it sounds like in one more hour. And there's actually a verse I need to pull up, and I don't know where it is exactly, but it's just in 1 hour, their kingdom is demolished. It's somewhere in the book of Revelation. So it's like, it's obviously it's not 60 minutes. It's talking about, this short period of time. I think we're in that end game, that short period. They also posted this. Now, you guys will probably know this song. I asked Nicholas, and he wasn't familiar with this song. Maybe when you hear it, I was trying to sing it, and he's like, I don't know. Maybe when you hear them singing it, you're like, oh, okay, I know. But this is the words of this song that the White House just posted. It says, reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. I mean, they could pick any song in the world, and for them to pick this song really just gives me this renewed hope that we're really, really, really close.
So you think there's a secret message to this?
Well,
or a decode?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. But there's plausible deniability because they can say this is just a song. But I think for us, this really encourages me. So check this out. The blank page before you. Uh-oh. Can you hear that? Maybe not.
Kind of.
Loud enough. It's a little, I don't know why I'm going to hit my volume. I'll turn this up. Let me try this. Okay. Here we go. Staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window. Let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find.
I know the sound's not good. Sorry.
Okay, so.
But anyway, I kind of got the gist of it. It's a very contemporary pop song.
Yes. And they're singing really fast too. I don't know why they have it turned up so fast. That's not me. That's them. Anyway, so it's the song is basically saying, yeah, it's just, and I feel like that's the same way you are and I are. It's just we're reaching for something just so close. We can almost taste it. So I thought that was fun, and I wanted to start with that. But okay, so I want to tell you a couple of other things that President Trump just said. Literally, I think last night, he said he really humiliated Macron. He said nobody wants him. He'll be out of office soon.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah. Now I don't know if there's an election coming up. I don't even know if that But either way, go ahead.
Or maybe he might do the same thing that he did in Venezuela.
Well, and that's a very interesting thing. How is this going to play out? I mean, what I want to see, and I think this is actually biblical. It talks about the kings of this earth will be led on a victory procession as captives. I love that picture. Now, whether that physically happens, I don't know, but I wouldn't mind it. I would love it. They certainly deserve it. And for everyone to know who they are and what they've done would be amazing. So, but yeah, I thought that was cool that he said they'll be out of office soon. And again, if this is, looking forward to potentially March, that the banks are going to be belly up. So check this one out, what he had to say here. Hopefully the volume is going to be about big enough. I know that volume is terrible.
Yes.
I can't even hear that. That is so, and I have everything cranked up as loud as it possibly can. And I don't know why it's not getting good enough. But he says, I'll just read to you.
Yeah, read it. Yeah.
Okay. It says, this is where he's asking about, I think it's Peter Doocy is asking, okay, President Trump, why, Macron said he did not want to be on the board of peace, which is outrageous, but they obviously the cabal does not want peace in Gaza, and President Trump miraculously has resolved this peace, this terrible crisis that's been going on forever in the Middle East. Amazing. And so you would think everybody would want to join on the bandwagon, but not, of course, not the cabal, because they need that, all this, all those wars to continue their control. Anyway, so he said he didn't even care. He didn't even, he was obviously being nice to have him be on the board. He said nobody wants him on the board anyway, and he'll be out of office soon. And then he says if they want to be hostile, which all of the European Union is being hostile right now. He says, I can put a 200% tariff on their French wine and champagne and he'll join, right? And then he also put Putin on the board of peace. I didn't realize that Putin was on there, but he is. What's happening in this end game is that Putin had been out and now he's in.
Would you mean out, but now he's in?
Well, he's been in a situation where, do you see my face anymore? Did I lose my video?
I think sometimes what I've noticed when you're sharing your screen, you will lose your face.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What that's about. It's interesting. Let me see.
So, yes. Where are you?
Oh, my video went off. There you go.
Oh, I see.
What's going on? Maybe I mashed something. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay. All right. So
Can't see your face though. I can see the yellow logo.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, that's not the one.
Your camera.
It's my camera went dead.
Your camera went dead. Yeah, maybe you got to choose the appropriate camera.
Well, I only have it's gone.
Oh, I saw you then.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's so weird. All right. That's just weird. I just got my new
camera.
Well, not a new camera, but a new microphone. Either way. Okay, so that's just weird that would do that. Okay, so I'll go back to that. I'll go back to sharing. Anyway,
but maybe choose the appropriate camera because I did see you.
It's not. It's so weird because it's not even on there as a choice, as an option. That's what's the strange thing. All right. Anyway, it's okay. Y'all know what I look like.
Okay. After this interview, what you do is just unplug it and then plug it back in, and it should come on. Okay.
Well,
but it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I could do that. Bear with me. All right. So what was I'm sorry. I got off the track. What was your question?
No, I was saying that obviously we know that Putin is for peace because of everything he told Tucker Carlson in the interview. Back like a year or two ago, when we watched it.
Right. So I'm so sorry. Is my microphone now working?
I can hear your microphone, but your camera is not. But don't worry. I mean, while you're getting that done, we could just go through the slides if you like.
Yes, I'll do that. All right. Go back to I'm sharing the screen. You can still see the screen, right?
Oh, I can see the screen. Lovely.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. But okay. So we know that Putin and Trump are working together, and that's what, for all this time, they have always wanted to have Putin on the outs, that he's no good, that they don't want to have anything to do with Putin, and that he's the boogeyman, he's the bad guy. Well, President Trump has said no. Just here the last week, he's bringing Putin in on two things. One is on this board of peace in Gaza, and number two, I'm going to show you what he's doing in the Arctic, which is really amazing. So they are. Yeah, he says he's a world leader and he wants him to be part of this board of peace. And so then this morning, Macron sent President Trump a text message. It looked like a text message, and President Trump shared it on his Truth Social, basically where Macron is saying, we need to have a meeting after Davos, and I can bring in the Ukrainians. And President Trump was like, basically, sit down. Macron, you're not, we don't need your help on any of this. So that was huge. And then so he's bringing in Putin on these things. So I'll show you what Putin said. Hopefully this volume will work. It says with Greenland, he says they will all stand at the feet of the master and will gently wag their tails. Look at this. I can't even believe he would say that, but that's awesome. He knows that President Trump is in control. All these other world leaders just need to sit down and let him cook and let him get this done. So here's the video where he's talking about that. So check this out.
If we can hear it.
Oh yeah, you're not going to be able to hear it. And in place, I think he's actually speaking in Russian anyway. So I'll read what he said.
Play it, and then all right, read it. Yeah, go on then. That's better.
It's probably I think it's in Russian. All right, so he says Europe deferred security policy to the State Department for decades and cut itself off from cheap Russian energy to deindustrialize their own countries. But now Europe has no realistic option if Trump wants to annex Greenland by force, apart from strong words of protest or escalating an economic war that will only damage their own countries even more than they have through the Ukraine proxy war. This is what Putin is saying. And he says, you'll see what's going to happen. It'll happen very quickly and soon. They will all stand at the feet of the master and will gently wag their tails. Everything will fall into place. I just love that. I love that that's what he said. Their only option will be to bend the knee, obey Washington, and the end result will be their choice to be vassals. So this is, now it's basically the European puppets are out and President Trump is in. That's really what we're seeing. And then look at this. This is the map of the Arctic Circle. So of course, if President Trump is joining with Putin and they are doing deals on rare earth and oil, energy deals on the Arctic Circle. So look at this. There you got, America is down here, Canada, which that guy's trying to the prime minister is trying to do something, but he has no power really. And then you've got, if we take Greenland right here, we have control over the entire Arctic Circle. And really Norway, this whole cabal driven group is, has little of nothing. And I think that is what is really it's boiling down to, is that they're losing their power as being the middleman. They're no longer getting the money from the World Trade Organization. They're no longer getting their money from the SWIFT organization. The gold and the silver is bankrupting them. I mean, this is the end game where everything that they've controlled the trade, it's all coming down around their ears. That's why I believe this is the end game.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So, and then the President Trump put this out this morning. He said he put a map of himself and all these European puppet leaders with all this as America.
Is he trolling them?
He's trolling them. He put that out this morning. I love that. All right. So yeah. Okay. The other thing I was going to bring up is about what's going on in Iran. So they call this man the supreme leader. I wanted you to hear, and maybe this one's going to be loud enough. This guy is Pezeshkian. He is the leader of like they call him the president of Iran, I think. Anyway, so he says if the people of Iran face hardship and difficulties in their lives, one of the main reasons is the longstanding enmity and inhumane sanctions imposed by the U.S. government and its allies. Well, this is the thing. President Trump is not doing this to destroy Iran and the Iranian people. He's doing it to destroy the leadership. And they cared nothing about the people. Okay, we always have to understand that what President Trump is doing is trying to destroy the cabal and their operatives. And so that's the whole point of Iran. It's just awful that who would have ever thought that, that was going to be the end game was right here in Iran. It says any aggression, listen to this warning. He says any aggression against the supreme leader of our country is tantamount to all out war against the Iranian nation. Now, I don't think that it's talking about that. I think that I think what he's actually saying is that this aggression against the quote supreme leader, I think that's not really about Khomeini. I think that's about the New World Order. If you come against him, you're coming against us, and we're going to have all out war. And so what does that mean? Does that mean that they'll do an EMP attack? Does it mean they'll shut down the banks? I mean, I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there.
So who said this?
This is Pezeshkian.
Right.
He's the president of Iran.
Do you think this might not be like a coded message for Donald Trump?
What do you think?
I mean, I'm thinking like any aggression against the supreme leader. I don't know. Donald Trump aggression against the supreme leader.
Right. Because like you were saying at the beginning, how about if we just take him out like we did Maduro?
Yeah.
Right.
And why wouldn't Trump do it? What's stopping him?
And so this is, I believe, that's where I go back to the end game. I believe, we've already resolved, or moving forward with the resolution in Gaza, right? Moving forward with the resolution in Venezuela. Now it's like this is their red line. And they say, if you try to take him out, like you took out Maduro, that's when we will have all out war. Now, of course, these people are always, blowhards and being aggressive. But this is the thing. I don't think it's really about Khomeini. It's not about him in particular. It's about, this is the red line for the entire cabal.
Right.
So between Greenland and Iran, it's game over. That's the point. Okay. And so the thing is, there at some point, we're waiting for President Trump to say, the storm is upon us. So is it going to be, are they going to do something crazy if he does remove Khomeini, or, something to that effect? What do they have in their arsenal to call out for all out war? Now, the other day, the Verizon was out all day. And it makes you wonder, okay, do they have the ability to shut down our communications? Was that a shot across the bow, them saying, hey, we can just as easily shut down all the phones? Do they, I believe that President Trump has the ability to put everything back on through Elon and Starlink and all that. So either way, they believe, and I think this is biblical, where it talks about that they have to believe that they have the ability to destroy us, right, even to the bitter end. But Trump still has the ability. He has the Trump card, so that he can stop them no matter what they try to do. So everybody just keep comfy. But I would say, as I always do, as I would really encourage everyone to have cash, and just enough to make it for, 10 days. If you possibly, can have enough cash to do that. I think, I would not want to be relying on the banks. I wouldn't want to be relying on, and also relying on the electricity, and gasoline. I mean, who knows what these people might try to pull, especially if he's saying the storm is upon us. They might try to pull something. And then once President Trump rips off the Band-Aid and these people are gone, then we'll be able to have everything set right. But I think there will be a moment where the world has to wake up and realize, hey, something big has happened. And I think it's, to wake up the rest of the people.
I see.
So now gold is, last night I posted this, it was up at 4,700. Let's see what it is right now, 4,775.
Wow. That's crazy.
That is amazing. I've heard it's going to go to 15,000.
Well, I heard so too. I heard it's going to go to 80,000.
What?
Yeah, in I don't know when, but it's just going to go up.
Oh my goodness.
And silver is $95.
Wow. Let's see what silver is. Yeah, 95. Let's see if I'll refresh it real quick. Yeah, 95.40. Yeah. Just is an amazing thing. And that one is, there's the sky's the limit, because it has they need it for the technology and for the factories need it. All right. So I wanted you to see, the other thing I wanted to bring up is that it's really important that we, I've seen some channels, and I'm really surprised that they would play it this way. We are not, all the $38 trillion is not really our debt. It's going to be wiped out, because these people who have shorted silver, all of this debt is owed to these bankers, and that's going to be completely wiped out. And that's how this Bible verse is going to be, in my opinion, is going to be fulfilled. It says in Habakkuk chapter 2, has not the Lord of heaven's armies promised that the wealth of the nations, think of it's not really about nations like in France and Germany, whatever. Think of wealth of the nations. Think of the wealth of the Nazis, the New World Order. Okay, that the word in there is Nazias. Okay. And they are the power people. Don't you know that the wealth of the power people, the New World Order, will turn to ashes, and it's all just paper money. silver and gold will not turn to ashes, right? But the paper money and the shorts that they have done on silver and gold, that will turn to ashes. And they are, and I believe as of March, they're going to be completely done. It says they work so hard, but all in vain. As the waters fill the sea, the earth will be filled with an awareness of the glory of the Lord. No stopping what is coming. So if you want to find out more about what I'm talking about on how this is literally biblical and how, what in the world have you ever heard of Habakkuk? Because he talks about here, the debtors will take action and take all you have while you stand trembling and helpless. This is biblical. We are watching this happen. This was, they're going to be completely penniless and helpless. So that I have it all on my channel, melissaredpill.com, as well as on my books on Amazon, End Times and 1,000 Years of Peace. Also, I've just wrote this book about the Golden Age, about where we are headed. But the last verse I want to read to you guys, this is so, in my opinion, is so encouraging. We've been in exile. We've been, all of us have been in such dire straits, and especially the poor people of Iran, the people of Venezuela. I mean, just name it. It's just been awful everywhere. And the people who are maybe in America, you see what's going on in Minnesota, but you also see that the people in America, our health has just been just almost destroyed. So many people are so sick. It says here in Psalm 126, when the Lord brought back the captivity of Zion, that is what we're seeing. We're going to be brought back from exile, from being captive under the boot of the New World Order. When the Lord is doing this, we were like those who dream. This is going to be like a dream. Get ready to dream for this beautiful day. Just like President Trump was saying on the songs, this close, so close I can almost taste it, right? And we'll be legends. It says, then our mouth was filled with laughter and our tongue with singing. Now, this is hearkening back in Psalm 126 to the time when they were brought out of captivity from Egypt. Mm-hmm. But it's not just about fulfilling that time. It's about the bigger picture, which is the release of the captives worldwide. Again, this is what I talk about on my channel, melissaredpill.com. Anyway, so they said amongst the nations, the Nazis, the New World Order, the Lord has done great things for them. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are glad. So I just love that verse right there, because we are glad, and they realize the Lord is doing this for us. I mean, you and I have fought. Everybody on your channel, we fought. Everybody, but this is really bigger. This is biblical. This is what God is doing to set humanity free. So I thought you would enjoy seeing that. And I'm sorry I don't have my face on here today, but this is my website, melissaredpill.com. So definitely check it out. I have lots of stuff for information on health, but the end times information is right there, and you can. I have audiobooks if you want to listen to that. So that's it. That's
Melissa,
in my opinion, the end game. Go ahead.
That's fantastic. No, thank you so much for sharing everything with us today. Let's see, what happens. Exciting times.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the viewers before we finish?
I guess we'll pray and we'll go.
Let's do that.
We thank you, Lord, that your promise is right there in your word, that this day would come when all that they've done to us, all their wealth will turn to ashes. And we see it happening before our eyes, because all this paper is just going to be is worthless. And thank you that we are having the gold and the silver, and that will make them helpless and penniless, and that we will have the wealth returned to us, to humanity. I thank you that we're witnessing this. You've given us the eyes to see it in this day, and eventually everyone will wake up, Lord. I know that we may have some difficult days coming. I pray that everyone will be prepared so that they will, no matter what the enemy tries, that we will not be worried at all, and we'll have everything that we need for our families, and that this will be the awakening for the rest of the people who are asleep. Lord, I thank you that for Nicholas and all that he does to awaken humanity. I just pray you bless him and all the people on his channel, protect our health, protect us as we go forward, and protect our wonderful president and everything that he is doing. We pray this in your wonderful name, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Melissa,
Love you,
thank you
bro.
so much. Love you too. And we'll speak again very soon. You take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.